All my wrists is frogs.
I
All
asked
my
Calico
women
this
is boss.
question too, and it's kind of like going with everything we're talking about. Is like I asked him, "How do you determine your worth in this day and age as a battler?" And he's like, "Without YouTube, I don't think there is a way. If we're just like on the app, there's not a real way for us to determine our worth." And that was his answer. So I want to ask you, how do you guys, as far as the artists, the guys who's putting on the show that we all giving our attention to and going crazy over, how do you guys determine your worth? How does Quest Mcody determine his worth as a battler in 2024?
Uh, you negotiate, man. Like I can smoke on here, right? You ain't got a show where you ain't.
Yeah, no, you good. No, you good.
All right. I said that like I'm in the studio with you and I ain't in my own shit. I mean, I can smoke it. You at home? In your studio, wherever you at.
Respect. Appreciate that. But yeah, how does Quest Mcody determine his worth? You know what I'm saying? You said negotiate.
Like you worth what you negotiate, man. I done got more than I'm worth sometime, man. I done got less than I'm worth sometime. You feel me?
Okay.
But you got to know the market. If you got $1 billion, you're not gonna pay me what the nigga that got 100,000 about to pay me. Like if I'm gonna be on just at a certain point in time when I battle None, I was offered that battle for Born Legacy. I didn't like the offer for Born Legacy or for one of those like app battles, right? I just said no. I just turned it down. I just like, nah, I don't want to do that. That ain't for me right now. They offered it for Caffeine. It was a little different than it would have been if it was over there. I ain't gonna say what the difference was, but it was a little different. It was a better look. So
Caffeine, the world gets to see it, and
But with that, you got to know, hey, it's a different budget than this other one was too. So be brave enough to say something. And if they can't do it, guess what, man? They can't do it. I ain't never told somebody, hey, let me get this on a major one, like a major platform, King of the Dot, URL, Don't Fly, one of those. I've never said, well, let's do this. And they just said, no, never mind. They told me what they can't do or what they can do. Yo, man, we can't do that, but we could do this. And that'd be that.
How do we bridge the gap between the battlers and the league?
Is it a gap?
Well, in a sense, the leagues, they create the stage, they create the ambiance for the show, and then they're the ones who's, paying you, you guys and things like that. And for the battlers, you guys are in a sense the workers for the league. You know what I'm saying? To help create the show. So I guess the gap would be in the sense of, these guys are the owners and you guys are the ones who are, keeping the building moving and how it needs to be. So that would be the gap.
Did you ever think that Drake worked for Lil Wayne?
Did I ever think that?
Do it ever feel like that when you look at
I never really looked at that. I just look like, they're a family, they're a team.
What about Baby and Lil Wayne?
Nah, never. That's his father.
What about Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre?
Probably a little different, I guess. But I know it look like they work together in a sense. I never really thought
like they in business.
Dre being, they seem like I never really looked at him as being his boss.
We could be in business together. Like, that's what we are. We should be in business together. Like, you're not. Like, if I can't be an independent contractor and you're my boss.
Got you.
You feel me? Like, yo, if I'm an independent contractor, then I'm my boss. And I'm coming over here to you, but like if we're in business together, like that makes sense for the future of this thing. You feel me? Like if I film a movie, like, okay, I'm on your show. I understand that you're gonna reap the benefits of this show. There may be benefits of being on this show that I would that I'll reap that aren't going to be the same benefit that you'll reap. I'm crazy as hell if I come to you 2-3 months from now mad that you getting money off of this thing that I agreed to do. But if me and you talk and say, hey, yo, man, let's do another one. This one do crazy. The numbers are crazy. And we're like, yo, we got to do another one. And I say, yo, let's do one and monetize it together. You do one on my show. I do one on your show, or whatever the case is. And you say, okay, cool. Now we working together.
100%.
Same thing could go with the leads. There's ways. I don't know if like YouTube, I understand why they took it off of YouTube. And I don't agree with everybody when they had a take on battles being on YouTube. Now, what I do agree that we know more of the battlers from back in the day because they were on YouTube. They were more accessible.
Nothing beats free.
Nothing beats free. But you niggas, it was niggas throwing battles and y'all could have been watching them. It was a bunch of people putting battles online and y'all could have been watching them. Now, when we think about why leagues stopped having battles on YouTube, or why URL looked into that paywall, like, one, YouTube changed the way they pay people drastically in like 2014, 2015 for sure. And that was around the time the app started getting this mention, I believe. I don't know. But they changed how they paid you. So now if it was vulgarities in what you had on your page, they would only pay you if you were getting views from people that were paying for YouTube.
Partial payments. Yep.
Partial payments.
Partial ads, because they wouldn't give you a full ad where you get the most that you can make. Yep.
So that changed the money a lot, right? It ruined, in some senses, like some battles were just no longer eligible to make any money. Exactly. And that's where you see a lot of the podcasts where at least the first few minutes of it is edited, or you try not to cuss in the beginning, or you see these clips where the curse words are bleeped out. It's because they're trying to make some money and you can't edit no battles. So they was gonna take a hit, man.
Yeah.
But I pay for Netflix, bro. So I don't have a problem paying for no app. Like, I ain't even about to trip. But the casual fan don't get to do it. But you niggas could be watching RBE. They didn't leave YouTube. You niggas could be watching King of the Dot, man. They had a whole fire ass tournament, man, where some really fire battles got 30,000 views.
That's real. So what does that say then? What does that say? Is it just like, well, yeah, explain to me, what does that mean? I'll say that. To you.
I don't know. It's like, I think like when somebody drop a battle and it don't get the kind of views it could get, right? I think about two things. I think about one, I think about the person is in the battle. Then I think about who's throwing the battle. I think it's a two-person kind of thing. Like, the people got to sell the fight, the league got to sell the fight. I don't know how that go. A lot of times I think battle rap depends on viral moments for promotion. Like, it's rare that I go places where I see other things, non-battle rap, and I find battle rap. Like, I just started seeing all hip hop covering battle rap at the end of the year, but in all actuality, I should probably see all hip hop always talking about battle rap as much as I see battle rap being talked about. So that would take PR people that's focused on releasing shit to those outlets. It would also take our media outlets to also not only drop links in our outlets, but in the outlets outside of battle rap, right? So when I don't see them battles doing well, and I see other battles doing well, it lead me to believe that y'all want this league on YouTube. It don't got nothing to do with battles on YouTube. You want them on YouTube. Yo, you think they're the biggest league. You think they're the biggest draw for YouTube battles. So y'all want them where it can be free. Our battle got a paywall. They still put battles on YouTube though. But, you know, we just gotta We got to be real, man. Niggas pay for Netflix, bro.
No, facts. I agree. I agree. And I think definitely supporting URL and you know what I'm saying what they got going on with the app is important. Um, but it is still a it's still two-sided coin in the sense where people are gonna look at the new talent and it's hard for them like you know what I'm saying like because I asked a lot of battlers, a lot of people, what they think about some of the new talent that's on just URL if we're just speaking about URL
Yeah.
specifically. And if you're not into the app and into what I'm saying that deeply, you won't even know half of these guys exist. And in a sense that could hurt the artist.
They can't do no battles.
No, I said in a sense that could hurt the artist because they only are
That's
only
what I'm saying.
seen on the app.
They can't do no other battles.
No, they can. I believe they can. I believe they can. Because some of them do have done battles on YouTube as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that
But
be the
their
thing.
profile isn't as big, so it's like their numbers
Yeah,
won't show it on YouTube that they're really like the new stars that they're being
they're not.
promoted to be.
Then they're not.
Mm.
Like I didn't go through this thing where I had to figure out how to become a battle rapper, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what that process. I've been a judge, a scout. I've been all that shit, but I never was trying to be a battle rapper. I just ended up being a battle rapper. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know shit about that part of it. But what I do know is that it come with what you trying to do, bruh. This is how you get what you trying to get. You trying to get on Smack. You're not trying to be on RBE. You're not trying to be on King of the Dot. You're not trying to be on Gates of the Garden. You're not trying to be on some of these other leagues, Bar Wars. Like you're trying to get on URL, and that's how they do it. Don't try to get on URL, bro. Like niggas want to take the foolproof. They feel like, yo, this is what I want to do. If I get in this, I know this process. I get in this, I do this, I get picked. I do this round, I win this, I win the next round, and now I'm battling somebody that's on URL. I could do this in a year. Don't nobody want to take that grind. Like niggas talk shit about niggas like A-Ward, but like don't nobody want to take that A-Ward walk.
Like he's popping in a lot of
take
people.
that walk though. Don't nobody want to take that walk. You feel me? Fines had a bunch of opportunities early on and he kept going. You niggas don't want to take that walk.
Yeah, facts.
Yo, man, I could win 3 battles and battle a mainstay on URL. And I think I'm that good. Yo, and if I think I'm that good, I'm like, yo, I know I'm gonna make it through these niggas. Like I'm that good. I don't feel like taking that walk where I'm gaining fans while I'm walking. I want to get up there, get the fans I need, and then we'll handle this shit whenever. That's how they choosing to do it. But they also choosing that because that's what's available. Think about Cal, man. That ain't what was it was something different for Cal. It was something different for Chilla. Like it's always different. It ain't never gonna be perfect. Like none of this shit gonna be perfect. Now we could talk about improvements. We could talk about not even improvements. We could talk about ideas, not even criticisms, but just ideas on what could possibly help in some spaces. I was a part of the Crucible process last year.
What was that like?
I was one of the scouts. It was dope. You learn doing that sometimes people ain't ready. Sometimes people have life that happens, so you got to have backup. I would always tell the people that want to go through that process that if you didn't get picked, keep writing like you got picked because somebody gonna fuck up and you need to be ready.
Do you think the Crucible process is a valuable process to help in creating stars as opposed to what the PG process was and how that went about?
I think it's good and it's important as far as like finding people because you find people and bring attention to people that might have been popping in other places. I think like the scouting process, I don't know how they did it this year.
Okay.
But I know that I scouted 2 people from the Midwest and then 2 people from this place and 2 people from that place. You know, I think it would be really dope if I just scouted people from the Midwest.
Okay.
I think it would be dope if they put like their 5 different regions that they use, and maybe they have a captain for that region, and then say I'm that person for that region, and I can reach out to the league owners and the different people in that space, and throughout the year they could throw events with some of these main people. So now throughout the year you got that one captain or whoever traveling, evaluating talent in his region. It's easier for, or her region is easier for them to get there. And I know my region better. Like a lot of times you got coaches or scouts hitting you up about somebody from your region because they know you already got your picks. So yo, who else from there? Well, shit, man, give me 24 picks from the Midwest, or give me 16 picks from the Midwest, or how many of those? Like, let me be responsible.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like if I'm running New York, God, let me find the best talent in New York. Let me curate that New York process.
Yeah, let me be the, and then you can have that scout, that head, like maybe GM. He'll have representatives in each place, and they could raise funds to get that GM to their state. Like while I was scouting for the Crucible, I went to me, Vixen, and Fines. I think we were all scouts, and they brought us out to a spot in Indiana to scout. Like you could organize that all year long though, and you start the second you doing final exams. That's when you start. You don't start right now and by summer we already got niggas. Nah, it could be a whole year of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that way you got that way you got time to really evaluate. This should be rushed sometime. Because if you don't know you the judge, if you don't know you a scout until 2 months before the shit start, or 3 months before the shit start, or 4 months before, however soon you know, right? If you knew last year, you could have been maneuvering your whole year. And not only could you be putting together some opportunities for you to see some new talent, travel some more places, make some money, make a couple hundred, make 1,000 for an appearance, to show up, throw a battle, you know, in your state, make some money off the all kind of things if you got the time, you know. So I think that would be really beneficial to the process. I would love to, like, I know who's in charge of the process, of course, and I think the way the process is going has been dope. Like, I'm not, you know, these are just my thoughts, not a criticism to the actual process, because I think it's dope. I
think it's dope too, Quest. My only thing, and you know what I'm saying, and this is a criticism, is I think if the fans were a part to see the process, it would bring light to all of that. Like if like, you know, like if we got to see the process, like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like no one is really seeing the process. We're just really seeing the final picks or this, that, and the third, but we're not seeing the grind, the things that they went through. And I think that story would make the fans fall in love with the artists and the process, and that would help bring the names up. And that's just my opinion, but that's how I feel about it.
You got to invest in that, and the fans got to show that they want to see that, though, right? So if I put it on YouTube, it'll be free, but that's an investment. At least if I put it behind the paywall, if you watch it behind the paywall, I can see, well, whose battle is catching interest with the people we got to pay, because this is the first group of people I want to show this shit to now.
Yeah. But even then, I don't see it behind the paywall. Maybe I'm tripping because I got the app, but I haven't seen the Crucible process even then.
I think that the process, the filming of the process could be a little more in front of you. You know, like last year they had, like, JB was showing the process, showing the battles at least on his Caffeine page, but he was like streaming it from his phone, like it was like a, you know, it wasn't super.
No, we got to make it a big thing, because if we're gonna do it, because I feel like that's what made the PG process dope. The fact that you got to see the development of these people.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's definitely important. I do think that it's been better each year as far as the presentation of it.
I agree. Like, I like the whole I like the final exam look and all that. I feel like that is fire. That is dope.
So, like, hopefully, like, this year, like, you see the release of the names. The designs look better than the years before. It looks like more thought is being put. Like, so each year, you know, hopefully it gets better. I think the question is what happens with the talent after, right?
Yeah.
You tell me what's your perception of that. What happens with them?
Right now, I feel like, they're creating all these new guys, and it's getting to the point where, you got these guys that's kind of like stacked up against each other. And if you don't have anybody like being pushed like forward or, enough, it just becomes a bunch of dope talent that kind of gets overlooked. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, okay, you have these sets of guys, then the next set, every year it'll be these classes, but if you're not really seeing them actually being pushed out, then it's like you get lost. You get lost in a sense, like where these guys don't really matter as much, and then like they're like yesterday's news. Now we're focusing on the new talent, and it becomes a lot to juggle in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you said something interesting. You said they create these guys.
Yeah.
You think they created him and Holla?
Of course not.
Did they create Miles, X Factor?
Nah, these guys, they put their talent out to the world. Nah, these guys, yeah.
Cortez, DNA,
Nah.
Sue Surf, JC, Chilla Jones, New Jersey Twerk, like Briz, T-Top.
Nah.
Took his moment. I just interviewed T-Top on my show.
Yeah.
He was saying how he was sleeping in his car before the weekend he won the money. He went from sleeping in a car to winning 10,000. You feel me?
Yeah, no, that's right.
He made himself a name.
Yeah.
So if we saying like
how they gonna do that though, Quest, when we can't even see it? We can't even see these guys really make their names because we're not seeing it. We're seeing the finished product, the polished. Okay, now these are so that like how we gonna see the grind? We're not really seeing like that thing that makes them to where it's like, okay, damn, I followed homie and he's dope as hell. Like,
okay,
like I gotta see that. It gotta be like have some fun for the fans to really buy into this. That's just my perspective.
Why though? Like I say, why not looking for an answer?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel that way sometimes too, right?
Mm-hmm.
First time I saw Rex, he wasn't learning. He was a fucking pro.
Yeah, because he's been practicing his whole life.
First time I saw Conceited, he was a fucking pro. I didn't see Conceited fumbling through no fucking raps. First time you saw Calico, he was battling B Silver. You had saw Calico. If you'd have saw Calico somewhere else, you would have got to see him grow. Same thing with myself. Same thing with Marv. Same thing with JC. You saw these motherfuckers, they were good. If you wanted to see them when they weren't as seasoned, then you had to hunt for it. You can find those battles if you want to.
No, that's right.
You can find early conceded battles if you want to. You can find some of these new guys. You can find Kid Slay battles. You can find Real Sick.
But let me say this. Let me say this, Quest. Like me as a battle rap fan coming into the culture, when I first seen Briz, right? I first seen him versus Show Off on the PG process, and I saw how dope he was. That's exactly what I went and did. I went and said, "Damn, I didn't know this guy existed." So I went to go watch all his battles, and it wasn't like he was ever bad in a sense. It was like all his battles was like, "Oh, this dude is fire. Oh, this battle's fire too." Like this guy is really good. So it's like I feel like some people got it and some people really don't in a sense too.
But they're choosing to do that though, right? Like, cause I might have what, like again, I want to reference A Ward again.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody don't want to do that grind. He done been what, top 10 Cody 4 years in a row?
Yeah.
He don't got a battle home. He not King of the Dot. He not RB.
Nope. No.
He not Chrome 23.
He's just A Ward.
A Ward. I go battle. Some of y'all like, man, they don't want to take that risk. So they rather go this route, and that's okay because sometimes you end up being Tay-Rock. Sometimes you end up being New Jersey Twerk. sometimes you end up being some of these like great, the Sue Surfs and the DNA.
But it's not going to be everybody. It's just not
but
going
it
to be
ain't gonna be
everybody.
everybody this way either. And at least this way, I know it's a path. Like if I think that I'm the best in the world, I feel like I'm gonna go over here and be better than all of them, and I'm gonna be. And you still taking a risk. Like we ended up finding out who Easy was, regardless of how it worked. We know who Geechee is. Like, you know, he was around before the app and all that, but like, you know, we learned who these people were one way or another. So
Rum Nitty. Facts. These guys work.
Yeah. But there are people like you'll go places and there are people that don't know some of the people that we, you know, consider super popular. And I think that's why we see like when you had that old young clash when it's like, yo, why this old nigga still, it's like, yo, there's still a fan base there.
Because I'll go out sometimes and you know, when there's a major battle and I'll go talk to like certain celebrities or certain, you know, people in the music industry and I'll bring up battle rap and I'll be like, Mook is battling this person. They'll be like, who is this other person? And I'm like, how you don't know this? Matter of fact, recently it just happened and it could have been like, you know, could have been joking, but when Dave East was asked about Twerk versus Mook, was like, he said he didn't know. This is what he said. He didn't know who Twerk was.
Yeah.
And we're sitting here like, there's no way, Dave East, you don't know who New Jersey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. The world is a lot smaller. I mean, a lot bigger than we think. When you think about when all that Geechee stuff popped off with Geechee and Remy and his bars and what he was saying, people were mispronouncing his name. They were sometimes like, and it's like, yo, and we like, nah, nigga, that's Geechee Gotti, man. like, you know,
even Easy, they were mispronouncing Easy's name.
So it depends. It's funny because I was talking to Mickey, and he was telling me about a song he did with Drake, right? And when they put the song out on one of the blogs, it said Mickey Fax and some Canadian rapper. Like, and it was Drake on the song, though. You know, it's just, you know, sometimes that's what your name is. Sometimes you're not known for that yet, and then you become that superstar. So just become that superstar. Like, it's a chance no matter which way you go about it, you know.